Most people think sub-accounts are just where you manage clients, and settings are just where you tweak preferences. But in high level, they are deeply connected. Your sub-accounts pull their rules, features, and permissions straight from your settings. So understanding one without the other is like driving a car without understanding how steering works. And if you want to scale properly, you have to master how these two work together. Otherwise, you will hit a growth ceiling very, very fast. Let's jump right in. So now we move on to part 4 in this series, which is sub-accounts. This is really settings too. And this is a super boring topic, and it's not sexy at all, okay? But it is so important. It's probably the most boring out of all these because it's a lot of settings and permissions and tweaking. This is one of those things that once you understand it, you can optimize all of these much better. And I'm telling you, I know even advanced people with agencies that are over like 30K a month that still barely understand these things down here. It's one of those things where it's just not fun, but it really pulls everything together and it helps you understand high level from a higher level. Excuse the pun, but I'm serious. I think 5 months ago, there was things I didn't quite understand with my agency. And then when I really went in and like really dug in, I was like, this is one of those missing parts. Is mastering settings, and sub-accounts are really tied together. So sub-accounts and system settings are crucial for managing multiple clients or teams. Understanding them helps you see the big picture and run your agency efficiently. It's all about efficiency. It's understanding the thing from that high level so you can really dial everything in. And we're going to be going over a lot in this video. And when I say a lot, I'm talking about agency view. Okay, this thing, if you don't understand what this is a big part of your settings. Same with the settings tab down here, but we're also going to be going over the settings in your sub accounts. Okay, so this is a sub account if you didn't know, and this is agency view, which makes these bad boys. But here's the thing. A lot of the features that make this other stuff run better is in settings and it's on agency view, especially with the SaaS configurator. For those of you who are on the $497 plan, like this is a big part of what you're doing, and not understanding this properly, you will not scale properly. And I'm telling you, I see big agencies that still don't really get this. They have so many things that they could automate. They have so many things to make it faster, and it blows me away. There's a lot of you advanced people. This video, pay close attention because this is something that I see a lot of you fumbling the ball on, and we're going to be going over all of it. Okay, so make sure you buckle up because this will be a very in-depth video, and it's going to cover all the settings and really sub-accounts in general and how this whole thing works. Because a sub-account is the most important part. It really is, because it is the part you're offering to your clients. But this is what's going to tweak and make those very powerful. Let's jump right in. So this is agency view and GoHighLevel. And if this doesn't make sense to you, let me quickly break down the difference between agency view and sub-account view in GoHighLevel. So this is agency view. It's what we just looked at, okay? And this controls sub-account view, which is the business view of GoHighLevel. So again, this is agency view. This is sub-account view. The agency view creates the sub-account view. This is where most of your work will be done, right in here, because this is how you build out websites and all this other stuff. It's right in here. But if you look in here, this is basically where you create it. And there's a lot of mix-ups like, what is this dashboard I'm looking at? This is where you configure all the settings. Now, one thing I want to be very clear about, the agency view really comes in clutch and really powerful when you have the 497 account. Otherwise, if you're on the other two plans, this is really all that matters, because here's what happens. You get access to the SaaS configurator. By the way, this is the 497 plan. Everything else is the same except the SaaS configurator and some of the reselling. The SaaS configurator is so powerful, and that's what we're going to be going over today. But that's really how it works. This controls this, and this creates that. So now that you understand that, let's go through what all of this means so you can be an absolute GoHighLevel pro. Now, I'm telling you guys right now, before we jump in, I see so many people that come on the high level that have no clue how to do this. They have no idea what any of this does. And this is always kind of like confusing to them. Once you understand agency view, especially if you're on the 497 plan, you will be so much better at mastering high level. Let's jump right in. So the first thing I want to explain is the switcher, and that is this right here. All this does is switch between agency view and sub account. So you click in and you'll see a list of all your sub accounts right here. You can search for your sub accounts. Okay, so you type in, let's say, Ryan's Roofing, and that would pop up. And if you have a ton of sub accounts, this search is so handy. And then right here, you can pin sub accounts. So if you click pin, this one, Declan's Biz, will always pop up first. And again, when you have hundreds of sub accounts, this pinning tool can be incredibly useful if you want to have your main one or anything important like that. So to access a sub account from the switcher, you just click this, and then we click Ryan's Roofing, and it will take us right into that Subaccount. As you see right here, it has taken us into the Subaccount and fully loaded. So that's an easy and simple way to do that. Now, if you want to go back to agency view from the switcher, you would just click this, and then you would click switch to agency view. And it now brings you back to here into Subaccounts, and you're good to go. So the first tab will be the agency dashboard. And all this is a giant analytics dashboard to see how your entire agency is going. So this will be all of the revenue you made, all of the recurring revenue. So, you know, how much money is coming in every month. This will be all your new customers, and this will be your total customers. And it will show a basic chart of your growth rate and then any sort of revenue distribution. And you can just refresh it like that by clicking that. So this is really just an analytics dashboard. It's very simple, very straightforward. That way, when you log in, you can see how you're doing and where everything's at. Rebilling, on the other hand, okay, is basically for reselling, which we're going to get into a little bit later, which is where you would make an extra cent off of every text message they send, an extra cent off of every email they send. Because remember, you are the agency admin and you control all the sub-accounts. So this way you could go in and you could absolutely make so much extra money off these little things. And you can see right here, phone, email, WhatsApp, AI products. You make a tiny percentage or you don't. It's up to you. Now, I'm going to be going in depth on this in another video. Why? Because this is a whole other side of GoHighLevel altogether. And it's actually one of the most misunderstood things about HighLevel. I ask people all the time if they're properly doing rebilling, and they go, yeah. And then I look at it and they have no idea what I'm talking about. So there is a video on my channel that is in depth on this, wallets, rebilling, reselling. So watch that if you're confused, because in this video, I'm really just going to be going over the walkthrough of rebilling. I'm not going to show you the entire ins and outs because that's a whole other thing. It's beyond agency view and sub-account view. It's its own category altogether. But for this, you would just click in here to access to see the rebilling of any of these, and you would be able to see, you know, how much rebilling. And then if you click this off, it'll show you if you're getting rebilled or not. And again, you can do the same thing. You can pick what product. So if you wanted to see if they were getting rebilled for phone, you could disable all of these, click apply, and you would see if they're being rebilled for phone. And then you have your time date and anything like that. And then you can export all of this here. So that's really it. It's as simple as that. And then from there, you're good to go. Okay, now we move on to the SaaS configurator. So this is only available on the $497 plan. And what the SaaS configurator does is it automatically generates sub-accounts off of plans. This is true SaaS mode. Another thing I see a lot of people not doing is properly using the SaaS configurator on the $497 plan. It is awesome. This is how you scale really fast. And if you're interested in the $497 plan, I have a link down below for a free trial if you want to check it out. But I highly recommend, if you are moving very quickly in your agency, you use this because it does this all for you. It auto creates sub accounts and just gets them set up. Like, so powerful. So let me walk you through, you know, the plans and how this works. So you would come in and you would create your own SaaS plans. You don't even really need funnels. You can just give them, you know, a Stripe layout page. But these are basically the preset SaaS configurator plans. You can edit these or you can delete them, but you can also come in here and you can create your own. So you can add a plan and basically have a SaaS configurator preset up. That way you will have a custom SaaS plan for all of your clients. So let me walk you through just how this works. So the first thing is you're going to put in your plan name. So let's do SaaS Super Plan. You put in whatever plan you want. This will be SaaS for plumbers. We're just putting in whatever you honestly want to put in a description and name. You're then going to click next. Then you're going to click a category. So we're just going to do default, which is the dollar, which will be this one down here. We're then going to move to next. You then are going to put in your price. So this is what you're going to be charging the businesses every single month. So you can make this whatever you want it to be. So you can make it $897. You can make it $297. Now again, HighLevel has rules. You can't go, I think, lower than a certain amount. But what we're going to do is we're going to do 110. Okay. And then you can create an annual price where if they buy this, and you can just do simple math to add it up 12 months and maybe give them a little discount. That way, if a business comes in and they want to have SaaS for an entire year in your white label, you could put in an annual price right here. And on the Stripe, you know, card, you'll see, and on the invoice, which you will see when you create the SaaS configurator, they can just pay. It's so handy. I mean, this will save you so much time. So you can pick that. Down here, you can basically go, do you want them to have a max amount of users or a max amount of contacts before they have to upgrade or do something? I leave both these off. It's totally fine. But if you're working with a coaching company, you may want to, you know, get this down because they may have like a huge operation. But that way you can play with either. And remember, this is going to be preset on a plan forever. So that's the way that works. Then we click next. Here is where you're going to enable what they have access to. So on every single one of your plans, you can basically allow them to have this stuff or not. just like that. You can pick it on there. And that's what's going to appear in here. Remember, on the sub account, the auto sub account. So you pick exactly what you want. You can even add a snapshot in on one of your plans. So every single time a new customer gets generated, there is a snapshot already in place, hands off. You guys now see how easy it is to scale with this. It's crazy scalable. So that way you can have basically a snapshot on every single one of these plans in crazy. And you can even add a custom menu link on one of these plans so they have it, which would be an extra link in here, like here. But again, I'm going to be going over menu links down here later. Right now, just bear with me. So you pick exactly what they want on their plan. So what features that plan gets access to. So again, if you are selling websites to plumbers and that's it, you might just want to have websites, but you pick what you want and then you click next. So here you can do add-ons, which we're going to get into in reselling, but basically you can click these and allow them to have access to this. And this is going to be rebilling. It's going to charge them, let's say $10, and the price you have to pay is $9. So you would make a profit of $1. And that's what we're going to configure later in the video. I'm not going to go super in depth on that right now because there is a tab for reselling, but you can pick, I want them to have access to all of these, and then you'd make extra dollars that way. So you're going to click next. And then right in here, you can set up a free trial. So if you want them to have a trial, you can click this on or off, or you can just toggle it the days you want or set whatever price you want. That way they can try out your white label SaaS for free, which is pretty cool. These are auto-generated. So whatever you want in your SaaS plan, it's pre-created and it's there forever with all of this stuff in the same place. You don't have to keep going into Subaccounts and creating a new plan. It's already here. It's one and done. So you then pick, do you want a trial period? And then if you want to add credits to their wallet, which I'm going to go over that later in the video, they could get a bunch of free email. They could get a bunch of free texts. They could get WhatsApp for free. Whatever you want, you can, enable this. You can just turn it off and do this. So here you can activate how long you want the SaaS trial for, or if you want to have credits, then you would just click next and then rebilling. Okay. So again, I have a whole other video on this because this is its own category altogether, but you can basically create rebilling and you can see right here, all of the charges, how much you make and all that stuff for each SaaS plan. That way, you don't have to keep setting this up. And once they get started and they go into SaaS mode, you're collecting those little bits off of every text message they send and whatnot, which is big if they're sending a lot of text messages or you give it to them for free. It just depends on what you're trying to do. But in here, you would just go like this and you can see the numbers moving up. Every single time someone's a text message, you have to pay for that. Okay, it's the way HighLevel works. You pay for it, the business comes in, they pay for it. But what you can do is you can slightly mark it up in the middle and go, as opposed to 50 cents for a text message, which is not, I'm just throwing that out there. 50 cents for a text message, you then could do 55 cents. That way you're making 5 cents off of every text message. Trust me, it's way cheaper than that. But the point is you can make little markups on all of their stuff, which is really interesting. And you can come in here and pick this for literally all of these things in HighLevel that you have to pay extra for. You can just mark it up a tad. That way you're making extra money on it. This is really big. If you're doing a bunch of plumbers, a bunch of, HVAC, and they're sending out all this stuff, you can just have it in their overall plan. You're making a little bit more on all of them. And in the beginning, this is only going to make you an extra $1 or $2. But if you have hundreds of clients, this will make you thousands extra. And if they're already paying for it and you mark it up just a tiny bit, it's an easy little way to make extra money. Or you just have it included in their plan, which depending on how many text messages they send, they may be, too much. But I always recommend if you're doing rebilling and you're getting into this, which I'm go over in the other video, be honest about this. Be like, okay, guys, you have to pay for text message. You have to pay for this. Don't just be like, oh my God, now you have to pay for it. Like it's going to freak them out. So you just pick what you want, what's on, off. You turn it on and off just like that. You go through all of these and then you just click finish. And now your SaaS plan is now created. And if we go down here, we see the super SaaS plan generated. How cool is that? And it shows you all of the features you have and everything. It shows you the price. It shows the annual. And again, you can come right in here and click edit details and you can re-edit all of the stuff you want for your SaaS plan. That way it can change. So it's not just one and done. But this plan then will be there forever. And you can even come in here and you can delete it to get rid of it. And then right in here, you can generate the sale link, which will just generate a link to this plan and you can send to them. Or you can add this as a product and go HighLevel and then have it in a funnel to sell them. Either way, it works. And you just click generate sale link and you will copy and paste exactly what it has right in here. If you're in a pinch, just quickly send it to them. They'll pay and it's all done. And remember, when they pay this, okay, when they submit and pay, it will immediately go into Subaccounts and create the Subaccount for them, send them log information, and do all of it automatically. So that is how you create the SaaS configurator plans. Now we got to go into advanced settings. So you come in right here, you have subscription settings. So right here, if you toggle this on, if they don't make the payment, it then will pause the sub account. It'll basically just suspend it, but it pauses it. That way they have to pay. I recommend you turn this on. This right here allows sub account people inside of their sub account to upgrade their plan. So they could upgrade from one SaaS plan to another. And then right in here, this will allow sub account admins to cancel their subscription. Okay. So with having these on, they can either upgrade to get a bigger plan, or they can go in and say, I don't want this, and cancel. So that's up to you to turn these on and off. That's your discretion. Down here, you have the welcome email, so you can customize this any which way you want and pick what sub accounts you want it for. So this is what the email looks like. And you can come in, you can add images, text, you can change this around. You can put your logo right here. So if you want to have it be your agency logo, you just slap it in right there. And this will allow them to log in once they do your SaaS configurator plan. You can turn this off. You don't want people getting that if you're just trying to do it all behind the scenes for them. This way it's all automated, and then they can just log in and they're good to go. So you can create this however which way you want. Okay. It's just like all of HighLevel's other stuff. They have all this features you can just pop right in, and this button will take them right into the login. So it's really simple. And this is really great for if you have a lot of people and you just have that welcome email going out. It's all automated. It's hands off, and you can just keep moving. This is your categories. So these are basically just what categories they fall into. So if you want to do SaaS for plumbers, SaaS for HVAC, I want to do just SaaS using rebilling, whatever you want, you would just click add new category, put it in what currency you want, and then you have categories that these can fall under. Most of the time, you just use a default, or you click basic ones and you're good to go. So those are the advanced settings, just so you understand how the SaaS configurator works. Then under security, okay, you basically have these things here. So right here, you have pause new sub accounts. So when they get a sub account and they create it, you can basically have it pause until you review it to make sure everything looks good. And that's just clicking that on or off. Then you have two-factor authentications. When they get started, when they sign up, if you have this toggled on, they will have to go through 2FA in order to get in. That's up to you. Again, this is all stuff that you want, but you would just click it like that. This is just going to be any new sub account or approvals you have coming in. We'll go over that later. But that's basically how the security part works. Very, very simple. Then in here, you have Configurator. So you can use Stripe, NMI, Authorized.net, and Square and plug it in, as opposed to having just Stripe involved. That's up to you. I don't know what payment processor you use, but whatever you use, you can plug it in right here, add it in. That way, the SaaS configurator is working through that exact payment gateway. But to do that, you would literally just click get started and follow the steps very simply. But I don't know what you're using, so that is up to you, but you have access to these, and you can just follow the steps and plug it in. And then you have a new payment processor setup as opposed to just Stripe. But that's basically how that works. So that's the SaaS configurator. That's how you create these SaaS plans that are automatic, that will auto-generate sub-accounts for you. It's awesome. It's incredibly powerful. If you have any questions on this, please drop a comment down below, because this is for the $497 plan only, and it's kind of its own thing altogether. So let me know if you have any questions on this. I will answer as fast as possible. But that is the SaaS configurator, and that is how you do it. So now we have the prospecting tab. And right now it's not loading for some reason, but all this is a way for you to prospect local businesses. It gives you data, can send reports, and do a bunch of other stuff. It does cost money. I'll be honest, you can use ChatGPT for free and basically do the exact same thing. So I'm not wild about it, but it is something you can use and then upsell people on. But for some reason, it's not working at Cold High Level. They're just saying it's blank, but yeah, not sure what that is, but that's really all it does. Now we have sub accounts. So all a sub account is the business side of High Level. It is where the business does their stuff, builds websites, does reputation management, sends text messages. This is it. This right here, this is where you build these. Very simple. This is the sub account creation. And this is where you can manage all of your sub accounts and see exactly which one's doing what and transfer and move around. That's all through the sub accounts. If you see in here, you got the date, timestamp. You can search for the sub accounts you want. So we do Declan's Biz, and it would pop up right there. You can pick the exact kind of like columns, how you want this to be structured. Again, it's all kind of the same on High Level. You can sort by a bunch of other stats. You then can pick A to Z, Z to A. You then have extra filters. So if you want to have, what date was this added? If the SaaS mode is on, if Yext rebilling is there, all these little things here that if you click one of these filters on, it will only bring up the sub accounts with these things in common. I'll be honest, this only is good if you have a ton of sub accounts. If you have 5 or 6 sub accounts, even 10, you don't really going to use that. And then over here, you can just generate reports for your sub accounts. So that's really how all of that works. But now what I want to do is I want to walk you through step by step how to create one of these. And remember, the SaaS configurator went up top over here. That automatically builds these when someone pays. That's why it's so cool, if that doesn't make sense. But now I want to walk you through setting up one of these sub accounts. So you're going to come right in here to create sub account. Okay. And you're basically going to have a couple options here. So the first thing is if you have the SaaS configurator, you can pick if it's a SaaS account or not. If not, you can just make it a regular account. If you have the 297 and the 97, you'll just be doing regular account. And you basically have access to pre-made snapshots here in GoHighLevel. So you can do stuff for legal, coaching, you know what I mean? Home services, health and wellness, beauty and fashion, creative. I mean, you got all this stuff, restaurants, and you can just pre-made one of these, select and continue, and it will already put in a snapshot. And GoHighLevel already did that, but we're just going to select and continue and do blank. So you're going to click this. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add in all the stuff. So you could search for a business. Like if I do Matrimont, okay, it pops up right there. That was my office. You can click this and it will already pre-populate all of your information and create the sub account much faster. But a lot of you guys aren't on Google. So if you're not on Google and you're like, oh shit, I don't have access to, you know, all that stuff, you're going to need to add manually. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to put in your first name. So we're going to do Declan. So just follow along. You're going to put your first name, your last name. We're going to do O'Reilly. You're going to put in your email. We're going to do Declan 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, business name. So we're just gonna do Mont. You put in whatever your business name is. You're gonna pick your business niche. So we are going to do marketing. So marketing agency. You pick whatever you want. Remember, you're gonna walk through this. You put in whatever you want. Business phone number. Do 540-345-9876. You put in whatever your business phone number is, and then we're gonna put in your address. So 234 White Hart Lane, Winchester. Again, you put in whatever you need to put in here. You put the exact state, Virginia, country, okay, whatever country you're in, your zip code, website, you don't have to put that in, and then your time zone. So we're going to go down and we're going to pick, where is it? Eastern. Once you have all this, you look through, you make sure everything looks good. And remember, you do this for yourself and for clients when you want to create one of these sub accounts. So you look through, you go, okay, good. This all looks good. And then you're going to click add sub account. So then it'll bring you to a page like this. And this is just all of your basic settings on the sub account. And then all you have to do right in here is click switch to sub account or load a snapshot into this sub account, delete this sub account, pause it, or transfer it to another GoHighLevel account. But you won't be needing to do any of that. We'll just click switch to sub account and it will now take you into the sub account we just created. Then you can build, you know, websites, you can run reputation management, email campaigns, all this other good stuff through your sub account. And right in here, in your sub accounts, you see our new sub account is right here with all the data. You can just click switch to sub account and it will take you to the sub account. Or you can come right in here, you can click manage client if you want to get rid of this sub account, click actions and click delete. And it's going to take you through this stuff right here. And you have to go in, click this, and do delete. And then you're going to click schedule for deletion. So now it's going to basically have it deleted. This process takes 24 hours. But as you see right here, it is already scheduled for deletion. And that's what it's going to look like when it's deleted. And then after 24 hours, it goes away. And you can always reverse it if you click that right there. But they give you a little bit of time. That way, you know, you don't accidentally do stuff. So that's sub accounts. That's how you create them and manage them. It'll all be through the sub accounts tab, but this is where you create them. So then we have account snapshots. So this is where you will create, import, and manage all of your snapshots. If you do not know what a snapshot is, it is a sub account that has been downloaded as a copy with everything you built out and can be reused multiple times. So you can do this with any sub account you want. You can basically create a copy, and even if you delete the sub account, you will still keep the snapshot. This is what you see on YouTube and everywhere people give away snapshots. It basically is just a pre-made sub account, and you just import it in and then you're good to go. So in here, you will have basically 4 different tabs. So under my snapshots, this will be all the snapshots you have access to. Imported snapshots, these are snapshots you have brought in from somebody else. Shared snapshots, these are snapshots that you have shared with other people. And then snapshot templates are the pre-made GoHighLevel snapshot templates right in here that you can use for free. And you would just click create sub account and it will take you through the exact same steps we just went through to basically plug in this snapshot into the account. If you don't want to go that way, you can come back up to sub accounts. Okay. You can click this right here. You can click manage client and you can click actions right here and click load snapshot. And you can pick the exact snapshot you want, whether it's one you brought in or a pre-made one. They'll all be right in here and you just click it. You click proceed. You go through all of the assets you want to keep. So you want all the websites, all the surveys, all the forms, yada, yada, yada. You click proceed. It'll check for conflicts. You click proceed. And then it will now go into Declan's Biz and import this snapshot, which is really cool because it will take all of the stuff that I just have and put it in the sub account. So all of the websites I had will automatically get put in here. All the reputation management campaigns, all the automations, it will take all that and plug it right in here. So as you can see, this is very, very powerful, but that is another way you can add in the snapshots. So now that you understand, what this tab does and how it works and how to search for snapshots, we now need to go into creating a snapshot. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to click create snapshot. We're going to name it roofing snapshot. And we would select the sub account that we want this built of. So we're going to click Ryan's Roofing, and the website and everything I built in Ryan's Roofing will then get made into a snapshot. So we click next. So we look at this and we go, we want to keep everything. So I like everything in here. We click select all, we click proceed. And now this is creating a snapshot with everything in Ryan's Roofing, all of these tabs, everything in it, websites, automations, et cetera, into a snapshot that we can reuse infinite times. So as you see right in here now, it is loaded and it's Ryan's Roofing snapshot. So we can use this again and again and again. And you can click this right here. This will take you just to create a new sub account where you can add this in right here, that snapshot. So then you can click this, push update to link Subaccounts. So this is if you're changing stuff in Subaccounts. What you can do is you can then update, and it will update all of the snapshots that you have sent out to everybody. Be careful with this because sometimes if you override something, it will override what they've already done. So remember, they have to plug in their info to an automation or a website, let's say. If you click this and you had a new update and it overrides their automations, all of their automations get wiped out as far as what they set up. So be very careful with this. And if you're going to do this, make sure it doesn't override anything and make sure you let them know that you're doing it. And then right in here, you can edit the snapshots. This is how you copy snapshot ID. So this is for if you need to talk to support or anything. You then have share snapshot. So you have multiple different ways to share a snapshot. So you can give these away or sell these, which we'll get into in a sec. And you have a get permanent link, a share one-time link, which disappears after one share. You have an email share link to send it to a contact, an agency restricted, so only people on agency view, a sub-account restricted, which is exactly opposite of this, and then a marketplace share so you can try to sell it, which we're going to go over in a sec. But let's say we want to do permanently. We would click this right here. You can enable assets protection so people can't steal your stuff, which I recommend you do. And then you click get link. And you now have this link right here and you'll click copy. And then I'll show you what it looks like in another tab. So we paste it and then we get this. Yes, import now. So we want to import this snapshot and then we're going to import it and we're going to see it pop up in here. And you see, you now have an imported snapshot, my snapshots, you even have shared snapshots. So that's how snapshots work very simply. It is basically just a simple way to duplicate a sub account and have it inside of your GoHighLevel account forever. And you can even sell your snapshots on the marketplace. And this is an article, if you're confused at all, how to go in and understand how to sell these. And you can go onto the marketplace, which is right down there, which we will get into in a sec. But this way you can sell your snapshots if you have a really good one, a premium one. You want to make extra money off these. Because sometimes people have really great accounts. Like they may have had a roofing client account that blew up and got a lot of leads and ranked high, and they want to share it with you. By the way, I have insanely powerful snapshots in my private community, which you can have access to completely for free if you sign up under me using my 30-day free trial down below. That will give you access to all of my premium snapshots, hair salons, roofing, like every niche, even agency ones to get clients, one to upsell. I mean, I have all the snapshots. So if you sign up with that trial, you'll get access to all of that plus one-on-one coaching and a bunch of other really amazing stuff. But that is how you do that. But that's snapshots in a nutshell. That is how they work. That's how you create them. It's all as simple as that. We now move on to reselling. So reselling is kind of like rebilling. It's other things in HighLevel that you sell to your sub accounts. So again, this depends on how crazy you're willing to get, but you basically have the workflow plan, you have reselling the client portal, you can sell AI employee, which is all the AI features unlimited, resell the prospecting tab, resell Yext and stuff like that, resell WhatsApp and resell WordPress and resell ads manager. So all you do in these is you basically configure the markup price and they will buy it, or it can be part of their plan, however you want it, and you'll make that extra little money off of it. So for example, you want to sell WhatsApp to your clients. This is how much HighLevel costs. It has to cost you $10 to buy WhatsApp. Why? Because they don't own WhatsApp. It's another service. You then can dictate your exact price in here. So let's say I want to do $15 and I click save. I now make $5, 5 pesos after every single high-level purchase of WhatsApp in the sub account. So this can be an extra little way to make a bunch of money, or you can just add this in their total plan. What I see a lot of people do is they add reselling in the plan they already have. But you can kind of come in here and play with the numbers, and you'll see that's how much you have to pay. This is how you'll break even, and that's your profit. And then you can see, oh, wow, look how cool this is. This is, how much I can make off of every time someone gets WhatsApp, depending on your industry. So what a lot of people are already doing, you have to understand this and you have to be smart. They're already paying for this stuff. Don't be like, oh, I don't want to upsell people. They're literally already paying for it. A lot of people are already paying for Yext. A lot of people are already paying for WhatsApp. Like, people are already doing this kind of stuff. That's why it makes a ton of sense to make sure you take this over, because they're already paying for it. So that's how you do it. You just come in and you configure exactly how you want to play with that. You click save, you'll see your profit. Remember, you have to just break even on the price HighLevel's charging you, and you dictate whatever you want. In the SaaS configurator, you can preset these up at a fixed price. So every time someone signs up, it's already all built in for one simple price. Again, another perk of having the $497 plan, because you can scale much faster. And then you can upsell marketplace apps. We're going to go into the app marketplace down there a little bit later. But this is basically just all of the other apps you're going to plug in. Zapier, you name it. These are apps that you plug into HighLevel, and you can do whatever you want with these. But this is all for third-party stuff, and you're really trying to get granular. But that's how you would configure it in reselling. So now we have add-ons. So really all the add-ons is HighLevel trying to upsell you. That's all it is. You can have account setups, advanced account setups, priority supports. You can skip the line. You can white label the mobile app. It's kind of pricey. You can have this AI chatbot, which you don't really need. You can just get a better AI chatbot and make for cheaper. HIPAA compliance. Okay. That's for if you're doing stuff with like doctor and insurance, but this is basically things that you add onto your account if you need them in a specific industry. So say if you really want to spend an extra $300 a month and get top-notch support, you would pay for that and it would be added into your agent's account. So these are not necessarily stuff that you charge your clients. It's more stuff that you charge yourself to make your account better. But you can find all the services by clicking this drop down right here, or just look right here and just click view more. It's very easy, very simple, or click speak with us, and it will take you into a consultation where you can talk to some salesperson and try to figure out what's best for you. But that's up to you. A lot of people won't need that, but that is something that you can do. So that is what the add-ons tab is. If you did not know, it is just extra features you can buy from HighLevel to help you. Now we have the affiliate portal. So this is the affiliate program of HighLevel. A lot of people know about it. This is where you will basically see all of your earnings. So your reports, your payment details, your payment history, so how many payments have been made from HighLevel to you, your invoice history, and then if you want to talk to anyone one-on-one to understand the HighLevel affiliate program better. The HighLevel program is very simple. You get paid about 40% of people's HighLevel plans. So if you sign other people up with HighLevel, you get paid that amount of money every single month off of their subscription forever. Now we have the affiliate portal. This is GoHighLevel's affiliate page. So this is where you can sell GoHighLevel to other people and get 40% of their payment every single month as long as they use the software. Okay, you're basically an affiliate of GoHighLevel. And I'm sure you've heard all about this. This is like a very popular thing at HighLevel. But in here, you'll see your promoter details, how many payments you've had, your history, what your revenue is looking like. You can even go to About and talk to these guys if you're interested. It'll have numbers. You can hop on group calls and chat with all these guys. It's pretty interesting. We watch a video. It'll just give you all of the details on the affiliate program. You just have to go in, read their affiliate policy, accept, join, and then from there, you can get a special link and you can start getting other people on HighLevel and getting 40% of their commission every single month. Easier said than done. It is pretty hard to do. And this is how you sign up with it. You just follow the steps and you're good to go. So that is how the affiliate kind of program works. And I have other videos on this, so I'm not really going into the nuts and bolts of it, but it's really simple. You go through the affiliate policy, you sign up, or you reach out to them. And to sign up, it's very simple. You would just review the affiliate policy right here, watch the HighLevel compliance video, download the affiliate marketing toolkit, download the compliance flowchart, click agree and accept, and then you can basically start affiliating HighLevel and making commissions every single month. So that's how you do it. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. They even have a bunch of achievements from money you make where you get this and you get awards, and it's all pretty cool. But that is the affiliate program in a nutshell. We now have the template library. So this is just all of the templates in GoHighLevel that you are going to be using in here. So like the website templates, the email marketing templates, whatever template you want, it's all in here. And this way you can configure it for each sub account or however. I like to leave all of this on. A lot of people go ham with this. I just like to give them everything. It's much simpler that way. But in here, you can create your own templates, put it in sub accounts, and have like your own version template. This is kind of like Snapshots. You could create a website template in here for everyone to use. Pretty cool, huh? If you built a really cool custom website. And then again, there's ways of selling that on that marketplace. But in here, I mean, it's got so many different things. You've got all of the different template types, website stores, email, social planner, forms, all this stuff right here. You have all the different niches right here you can click and play with. You have filters to see how you want to basically configure it, which is this right here. You can search for the exact template. So we just do plumber. Okay. So we would just click lawyer, and you'd have all of your lawyer templates just like that. You can have most popular, most recent. You pick whatever you want, and it's just going to bring up all of the templates in there. And again, you can configure it just the way you want by clicking these buttons and these filters to get it the way you want. But it's very self-explanatory. You can hide it right here, or you can view it like this so you can see exactly what you're dealing with. So you can be like, oh, I really like this website. And that way you can see it. That's actually a pretty good website. And then play with it just like that. And then if you like it, you can basically plug that into your account, or just go into your account and plug it in just like we showed you before, very simply by going into the features. But by the way, this is an agency view video, not a Subaccount view video. So please, if you're confused on any of this, go to my channel and watch. By the way, I will be linking a video at the end of this video, which is going to be how to master the entire Subaccount thing. So please check that out. That's it in a nutshell. That's how you do it. And then you have extra settings right here to just go through any of these things, your view preferences, the categories you want, if you have a bunch of stuff, tags to add, depending on you want life insurance, lawyer, and then types is, as you see here, about, bio, checkout, consultation. It could be free PDF, lead magnet, whatever you want. You would plug it right in here. So this stuff is very straightforward. You just kind of go in and poke around and pick exactly which one. I'm not literally going to go through every single website template, every single store template, because that's up to you. So that's how all the templates work. And again, to create your own, you'd click create template, pick the sub account you want, pick how you want it in there, pick exactly what template you have built out, and then click continue, and it will take that website you create or whatever you want and have it pre-built for you, and then you're good to go. So that is how the template library works in a nutshell. So now we have partners. This is basically a way you can make money inside of GoHighLevel by partnering up with people or them partnering up with you. So you can basically come in here to find a partner, and it's going to take you to this page, and it's going to show you all of the people in here. And they basically build websites, they build, funnels, they do custom stuff, they do whatever you want, and they're all in here. And you can just come in a category and pick whatever you want, what language, what industry, and you can find people that are experts in GoHighLevel and talk to them. And in here, they're high level certified. So if you look right here, you can get certified at high level. So this does cost money, but getting certified is interesting because they will send you people and they list you on that page I just showed you. So this is how you get certified. And to get certified, you just click get certified and follow the instructions. But that way you're like a professional in GoHighLevel's eyes because they have certified you, and it can be an easy way for you to get clients if you build up your resume. Think of it like Fiverr and Upwork. So that is something you can do very simply and very straightforward, just following this exact instruction. And I know people that actually make decent money from this, but you can come in here if you find the right person you want, view their listing, send them a message. Hey dog, help me out, blah, 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 blah. And guess what? You now have a list of people, and you can search for keywords, and you have all these other grid things, just like the categories. That way you can kind of find exactly what you're looking for. Or you can click view listing or send these people a message. If you're interested in talking to Caitlin or Cohen or Mike, you can just send them a message like, hey, I want this and that. This can be a great way for you to find high-level professionals. So drop a comment down below if you're confused on this at all, or message me for free on WhatsApp or Facebook. I can help you out with this because I think a lot of people are very interested in this, and it's a great way for you to potentially make money and meet with people. So this can be confusing. A lot of people don't even know this exists. I just know they don't because they get this question a lot, but that's a way to do it. So find a partner was this right here. If you need something done, on the other hand, this is how they funnel people in here to get more leads, to have people help out. You can then put in your name, last name, organization, email, a bunch of other stuff, and describe what you need help with. Like, I need a complex automation built out, and you can click continue, and it would basically submit in the GoHighLevel ecosystem. Now, I personally think the best place to find real professionals is YouTube, but for some people, this may be great if you're trying to figure stuff out because some of these guys may be on YouTube, but that's how it works. It's so straightforward. It's so simple. Those two different things are basic. You submit the form and you now have access to a whole broad range of professionals that could help you out. Or like I said, you could get GoHighLevel certified by following this, by going in and doing the GoHighLevel certification, which I just showed you right up here. And then they could potentially send people to you, which could put dollars in your pocket. So that is another interesting thing that may be helpful to you. So now we're going to go to university. So all this is a place where you can learn more about GoHighLevel videos. It's a free training. I personally prefer YouTube, but this is an option. Then we have SaaS education. So all this is going to be some videos and some trainings right here, very simply and very straightforward for you to master the SaaS configurator. So it meant $497 account. You'll only get access to this. This is here just to make sure you understand SaaS mode, because SaaS mode is a whole other thing. It's a whole different part of high level where it auto creates sub accounts and it goes into rebilling. And again, I have a video on this because it's so much different, but that's basically how you would do it. But this is a way to learn more about it very simply and very straightforward. So SaaS education can be great if you just want to learn a little bit more about the SaaS configurator, and it could make you more money, except I already went over this in this video. So this isn't necessary, but it's just a little page where you can educate yourself if you have the SaaS configurator, which is on the $497 plan, which if you are interested, I have a free 30-day free trial link. Go check it out. I think you'll love it. And you get access to me and a bunch of other goodies. So check it out. Then we have the GHL swag store. So all this is a place where you can buy GHL's merchandise, hoodies, jackets, hats, accessories, bottoms, whatever you want. It's right in here. You can look at it. Not really going to go super in depth on the GHL swag store because it's just not that, impressive. It's where you buy GoHighLevel clothes. So now after that, we go to ideas. So this is, in my opinion, one of my favorite parts about GoHighLevel. You can log in and you can go in and you can submit your ideas to the ideas board on HighLevel and be like, I want a new website feature. And if they vote on it and more people like it, they will actually take these things into consideration and build it. I did this with Square, believe it or not. The reason they were able to add Square to the calendars is because of me. I knew the developers when I met them at the high-level conference. I badgered them. I was like, we need this, we need this, we need this. And there was a bunch of other people going, we need this, we need this. And we all got together and we made them do it. So you can actually create high-level. You can reshape it. You can go in and you can actually put your feedback in, get other people to vote on you, and you can change it. Here's the change log. This is basically all of the stuff that is getting changed. So it's awesome. I mean, this is really powerful. This is the ideas board, guys. You can get real-time feedback, put it in, and they can change stuff for you. This is awesome. This is so powerful. I highly recommend you guys check this out. You'll love it. And it's a place where you can be heard and you can change the landscape of high-level. Not many softwares do this, but this is where you do it. Then we have the mobile app. So this you have to pay for, but this is the mobile app that you can basically go on your phone and change it up. So as opposed to just having Lead Connector, you can come in here. If you want to pay extra for it, you can go right into Customize App and you can customize the way it looks, okay, with the profile, the overview, and then basically set up a payment plan because you're going to have to pay for this. And here are the prices, but you can change the way the mobile app looks if you want to do that. And that's where you would do it. You would come in here, you'd pay for it, and then it gives you all the customization for branding, profile, overview. I'm not going to go in how to do everything because it's very self-explanatory. You change the logo by clicking the button, but this is a way you would do it if you want to pay for a mobile app and have it completely changed and then customize your way so you have now a mobile app that is reflecting yourself. So that is how you would do it. Last but not least, we have the app marketplace. This is where you will find apps that are from third-party vendors. So Zapier, Sendinblue, Synthflow, Vappy, Wavedial, all these things, you can come in and add it in, and it will basically help you out with this stuff. So in here, you have your categories to pick what you want. You have pricing. Do you want it to be free one time? You have niches to pick distribution type, and you can just play with this and be like, I want to find something in advertising, and I want it to be free, and I want it to be in the dental niche. And it's going to find you, well, it looks like there's nothing there, but you would click exactly what you want. You can delete your filters just like this, and then you can find exactly what you want. That way you can get a list of all the stuff. Because here's the thing, certain agencies or businesses may need add-ons to high-level, and this is where you're going to do it. You will add on a feature that's you can't find in high-level to bring it in. That's why people will be like, high-level isn't the best. It is the best. Because if high-level isn't the best, you use a third-party app and make it the best. So you have unlimited functionality with high-level, and a lot of people don't realize this, that you can take other things and add it into GoHighLevel and make high-level even better. So high-level is undefeated in this area. You can really just keep upgrading it, but this is where you would do it. And all your installed apps would be right here. These would be all the ones you installed. So once you find the app you like, let's say it's Make, you would just click it right here and you would click install. Now, if it's a paid app, you will have to go through and pay for them, but you would click it, you would click install, and then you're going to have to go watch videos on YouTube or wherever they have, maybe in here, to then properly plug it into the sub account or wherever you want it. But this is really great for, I know, like a lot of real estate people and people with like Showcase IDX or these more complicated systems. They may need to go to the app store to get it plugged in. But this is how you can upgrade your entire GoHighLevel. If there's something missing, you would click it just like that, and then you are good to go. Okay, so now we finished all of these these tabs here, but oh wait, there's more settings, a whole lot more. I promise this part will go fast because this is not super complicated, but now we have to go over the settings part, because what this settings part is it's the fine tweaks between all of this stuff where you configure basic stuff forever. So let's go into settings. So the first thing is my profile. This is really just your data on your agency. So your first name, last name, email, your phone number. You can select the language of the platform. So this will change everything. And then you can change your password or do anything like that. And it's pretty interesting because this gives you that functionality to quickly change everything in your main account. And you can sign out of all devices right here. But that is what the my profile is. Then you have company. So this is all of the company settings of your entire GoHighLevel account. So the name, the email, the phone number, your website, your category. This is the basic stuff that you had when you first set up. And then basically you have your address, and then any sort of stuff with your features, things you want turned on, turned off, configure. Again, a lot of this stuff is already in the other settings, but this is where you do it. Then you're gonna have your relationship ID, which is the code that is on your account that makes you unique. Then from there, you have white label. So this is if you want to change the logo up here from this right here, which is your GoHighLevel. Remember, you have to have this on the higher plans, but we could upload a logo right here and change it. So we'll come right to downloads. And we will do, let's just do my face. And then this could be, look at that, I'm there. And then you can white label the account. So it's no longer GoHighLevel, it's Declan level or whatever you want to call it. Then your white label domain. So this is going to be the default email plugged into the account, which all of your other sub accounts will be using to send emails out. But that's up to you how you want that configured. I have other videos on this, but you want to configure both those for it to properly work. Then you have a privacy policy and a terms of service. You can basically have these for the entire account, which is where you'll put them in, which can be very handy. And then this stuff around here, which is the themes, which you can have it be light theme or dark theme, as you see right here. And then custom CSS JavaScript to customize the way this looks. Because some people, when they white label, they want to make this look way different. So this is where you will configure it to make this whole thing look way different, or you get a plugin. But that's where you would configure this stuff, change your logo, and do all that other stuff. So you can basically customize the settings, so to speak, and make your account look different. Then in advanced settings, this is just some basic stuff. This is account security, which you're going to want enabled. Session timeout. This is if after 4 hours, 8 hours, whatever, you will automatically log out. You can have never or not. And then optimize experience, which has a couple different things where you can basically use some surveys, product guide, updates, and beta features, and you can just turn these on or off just like that. So that is company in a nutshell. It basically is just a way to make the platform look different and customize it and have those overall features across the board. Then we have the team. So the team is very similar to if you come into settings on a sub account, my staff, but it is the my staff control of everything. So it's like the ultimate admin control panel of all staff across the board. And in here, you basically have different user types. You can have an agency user, an account user, you can have them be a user admin owner, and you can pick the exact sub account you want. So in here, what you can do is you can basically create a user either of agency view or just admin or just sub account view, and you pick that. And to do that, you just click add user, you put in their first name, last name, email, their password, you come right in here to roles and permissions, you pick whether they want to be a sub account or agency, whether you want them to be an admin or user, and then you can basically restrict certain sub accounts and then give them access to these features. So if you want, let's say, this user to only have access to the marketing tab, you can turn off all this other stuff, and all these other tabs in HighLevel will be gone. It'll just be the marketing tab. So you can basically control what they get to see. And the way you do that is just by toggling these things on and off right in here. And you can turn off everything. You could just have them have access to payments. I mean, you could literally just make this software into a contact CRM. Like, you could do that. And the way you do that is by turning this on and off. So that's how you would create users here. So that's it. It's as simple as that. You would just come in here, add your users. And again, you can have it be on agency view or sub account view. And this is where you'll see your entire team inside of GoHighLevel and delegate what you want them to have access to. And you're going to want to do this if you're bringing in VAs, employees, etc. So that's how you do it. Now we move on to billing. So billing dashboard is where you're going to see your plan and all the payment info. This is the plan you are tied to. So you go, wow, this is the $497 plan, and it'll show you any add-ons you have and what sub accounts they're attached to. And if you want to skip the trial and pay immediately, you can click that right here. And then you would click this right here If you want to upgrade your plan, get a trial extension, so get a longer extension of GoHighLevel, more free days. Downgrade your plan, so move from $497 to $297, or cancel your plan. You would just click this and follow the steps to cancel GoHighLevel. So that's the way it works. And then if you have any billing questions, you can call this number right here and ask them stuff on the phone like, hey, I have questions about this. But this is where you will configure your subscription to HighLevel and all the rebilling. It'll be right in here in billing under settings on agency view. Then in here we have payments. So this will just be your credit card info, your billing information, any of the payments you've made in HighLevel, whether that is rebilling, reselling, or the software subscription. It'll be all right here so you can see all of this. Wallet and transactions. I go in depth on this in that other video I talk about. So please check that out. But this is an in-depth, like I'm talking in-depth view of every single transaction made. And you can come right into detailed transactions and it will show you every single little transaction inside of GoHighLevel. So you can see if rebilling is working, if it's not, and you'll be able to play with that to know exactly what's moving in what area. If you're doing rebilling on the $497 plan, this needs to be utilized because there may be some people that are not getting rebilled and they are taking money out of your pocket without you knowing. This is where you figure that out. And you can figure out the timestamp. You can come here to all the transaction types, okay, to figure out exactly what's going on, if it's SMS, if it's LC phone. That way you can see exactly what's happening with this and then configure it as is, or you can export it. And you can click the exact sub-account that you want to see the transactions on. But that is how you'll see all of the minute transactions in HighLevel. So then we have notifications, which just notifies you on the wallet and the rebilling, and you just toggle this on and then click the conditions you want, pick emails you want it sent to. That way it will just alert you with what's going on in the account. So again, billing is just a place where you will see your GoHighLevel subscription, what you're paying GoHighLevel, and then what all of your clients are doing inside of GoHighLevel so you can see every dollar going in and out of HighLevel. A lot of people really don't know how to use this, and I recommend you watch that other video because this will help you become a pro with HighLevel. So next is phone integration. So this is just where you're going to see all of the phone numbers and who has access to it. So remember, there's LC Phone and Twilio. LC Phone is what HighLevel has that is built in, which is Twilio. And then you can plug in Twilio, which is also LC Phone. It's very confusing. It's really not. They're just kind of the same thing, but they're actually different companies. So skip that. So this is where you will see all of the phone numbers. So LC Phone and Twilio, native or outside, which is Twilio, plugged into here. And in here, you can just go this and learn more about LC Phone if you're confused on how that works by clicking that. And this will just show you all of the sub accounts that you can see that have it enabled. Doesn't mean they have it, but they have that option to buy it. And then you can click delete connection or whatever you want there. You can export all of these. You can move numbers. So if you have one sub account, like, okay, I have Declan's Biz and I want to, which I don't have a number in, that's why it's saying that. But if I had a number there and I wanted to move it into, let's say, Ryan's Roofing, you can pull numbers from different accounts. Really cool, huh? But that way you can basically move it from side to side, and A2P status will not be moved. But that's how you can basically move numbers around from sub accounts. You will do it right there and move numbers. And then you can switch all sub accounts to LC Phone as opposed to Twilio. So that's how you do that very simply. It'll show you all the sub accounts you have. Account creation. Okay, this is just default preferences. So do you want to automatically have the phone system linked? We already have that enabled. Do you want to allow account users to submit A2P registration if rebilling is disabled? Remember, A2P registration costs money. It costs like $20. You want to have this not checked. And maybe you want to just let them have for free, but they will rack up charges if you do that. So you want to make sure that they are getting rebuilt, because guess what? If they fail, that's your fault, and then you have to pay their bill for their negligence. Then you have automatically enable number intelligence. This basically just detects spam and does other bunch of stuff. You can turn that on. It's pretty cool. And then you can have a messaging limit, and you have to have this set up in order to work. But this is just for how many are going out so people don't get banned. But that's where you would do that. Email notification settings. This is just the notifications that go to email, but we're about to go into email, so don't even worry about this. So just to recap, phone integration is just all of the settings that have to do with Twilio and LC Phone inside of your GoHighLevel account. This is where you will configure everything, moving the numbers and do everything. It's right in here. Next, we have email services. So this is where you will control all of the emails, okay, for GoHighLevel. So you can either have LC email, which is lead connector email, or you can add in Mailgun, which is a third party that plugs in, which you would go to your Mailgun account and plug in the API and the domain and plug it in, and then you would have Mailgun be your provider. But this is basically where you would have the emails for your account for them to send out to do rebilling. So that's where you do it. You then basically have where you want this so you can have email verification on all of these sub-accounts by toggling this on so they get verified first. Okay, risk assessment. This is basically just going through all of your email verification and saying that. Bounce classification. This is the data on how your email domains are doing and is it bouncing, is it getting banned? Postmaster tools. This is through Google. This is a way to optimize your email so it gets in more inboxes. This is where you do it. If you have Microsoft, it will be through here. Advanced settings, which is automatically enable email verification for new sub-accounts. So if you're creating new sub-accounts with the SaaS configurator or through GoHighLevel, this will automatically enable it so you can basically have them go through and then you're good to go. So that's where you would add that. Again, just like the phone integration, this is where you add all of your stuff in to basically have email working properly. It's all through here. Everything you need to basically get it plugged in and set up. And I have videos on setting up your agency, okay, on my channel, so go check that out. But this is just where everything is, so you know, like, okay, this is where I need to go. This is where you would basically plug it in. An LC phone is already default, so it's just plugged in. From there, you basically just have it plugged in and you set up your email and you're done. So it's easy. So I'd recommend using LC email as opposed to mailing because it's already plugged in and the work is done. But this is where you will configure all of that. Then you will have system emails. So what this is this is all of the settings to do with the emails that get set out automatically. When a new user gets added, when someone logs into a community, when someone, buys your thing, this will be the email that goes out automatically. A lot of people are confused on how to set this up. This is through system emails. If you are automatically selling people stuff and they're getting emails and you don't like the way it looks, you come into settings on agency view and go to system emails and you change it. So you can click change template right here and you can play with the exact template. Or you can go and create a new one. You can pick the exact sub account you want it on, but that's going to be the email that is sent out when any of this is created. If someone is resetting their password, this is where you will create that initial email. So when someone's logging in and says, forgot password, this is the email that's being sent to them. You can come in and configure this the way you want it to be. Same with the verification code. You can come in, change template, play with it, and make it look different depending on what you're doing. That way you can have full functionality of what's going on. Because sometimes people don't like this. Maybe you want to put your logo on it. Maybe you want it to say a nice message. Maybe you want to have a calendar for them to book a call. That's where you're going to configure all this. And then in settings, you would just have the default system picture, which is what we added up there, which you can remove, update, which is just plugging inside the media storage. And then you have right here the color for the sample button. You want to make it red, you want to make it whatever, you click that and then you're done. So that is the system email. It is just the default settings for sending out emails on users being created, new clients, people resetting their passwords. This is where you would configure it and just follow along exactly as I taught in order to get it. So now we have LC premium triggers. So this is just if you want this enabled on this sub account or not. This is with rebilling. Well, I recommend you watch that video. This goes into rebilling. So this is making a little bit of money off of every premium LC trigger. And you would just click this on or off. And if you have SaaS mode turned on, it would show you how to do this. You would just click this on, it'll have SaaS mode, and it will then start billing this. This is just a way, because you can have this default set up on all your accounts, but this is just a way to turn stuff on and off for certain accounts. You would come right in here, and this has to do specifically with LC premium triggers if they're using it. This is where you would access it. Then the same exact thing for AI employee. So if you don't know what AI employee is, it is this right here. It is for $97. You get access to unlimited voice AI, unlimited funnels and website AI, unlimited reviews AI, unlimited conversational AI, unlimited content AI, and unlimited workflow AI. It is a package that they've created, and it is the exact same thing as LC Premium Triggers as far as clicking this on and clicking it off. It's just a way to go in quickly and turn them on and off for the sub accounts. That way they can use AI Employee, or you can sell it to them, and it just gives you that little bit of functionality. Same thing with Workflow AI. You come in, you pick the exact sub accounts you want this for, and Workflow AI, it's the same rubric. You pick exactly what you want, you turn it on or off, you're good. And this is for Workflow AI, which is part of AI Employee. Domain purchase, same thing. You turn it on and off the way you want it, just like that. Autocomplete address, the same thing. So now we move on to private integrations. So this is beyond App Marketplace. This is plugging in third-party providers into your agency dashboard, not just your sub accounts. So you click new integration, you put in the name you want, the description, and then you're basically going to select the exact scope and plug in a different software. So this could be Zapier, this could be, you name it. It's plugging in an integration into your agency to change high level altogether. This is some more advanced developer stuff, but this is where you would do it, right in private integrations. Then we have affiliates. So then you have affiliate settings, which is just the affiliate program, some extra little settings. You actually don't really need to go into this because it's already in the affiliate dashboard, but this is where you would add it, and then adding a Facebook pixel ID and anything else. And then you just click save. So that's that. Then we have custom menu links, which is super cool, which a lot of people don't know how to do. So pay close attention because I'm going to walk you through this exactly. So now we're on custom menu links. Okay, so what a menu link is it's one of these. That is a menu link, and it's on agency side and on Subaccount side, and you can build one for both. You can do whatever you want, and it's so cool and it's so underutilized. I don't see people using this a lot that are more like lower tier, but if you have a SaaS, company and you're doing well, you can add all kinds of cool stuff in here. So you're going to come right in here. You're going to click create new, select your icon. So we're going to do YouTube. Remember, the icon is this thing little right here. Okay. Then we're going to click title. So we're going to do Declan's YouTube. Okay. Then you're going to pick the URL. So you can put whatever you want. This can be a web page, a social media page, a calendar link, whatever you want. You plug it in. Simple as that. And you click paste. And then you're going to scroll right down here and you can basically pick how you want to pop up. Do you want it as an iframe? You can have an iframe if it's a page. You can do it with a YouTube video, but not with a YouTube channel. You can have it open up in a new tab, so that pops up in a new tab, or open in current window. So we're going to do open in current window. Then you can pick, do you want it on agency sidebar, which is this sidebar, or subaccount sidebar, which is this. We are going to do both. And then we're going to click what subaccounts we want. We're going to click all. Why? Because we want them all. Exclude some. No, we don't want excluding. And then role-based visibility. Do you want certain people to see these first? This is good if you have coaches and programs like that. You can do it like that, but we're just going to click all. And then we're going to click save. So boom, there we see it right here. Here is my menu link. So let's check on Subaccount view first. Boom, look at that. How cool is that? It's popping up on the menu now. So we click view and it takes me to my YouTube channel. Let's go to agency view. Oh my gosh, look at that. I click that too. Boom, takes me to my YouTube channel. How stinking cool is that? So that's how you do it. And then to edit it, you can click that right there or delete it to get rid of it entirely. And then it is gone. Those are custom menu links and they are incredibly powerful. So now we come down to Stripe. So this is going to be where you plug in Stripe, which is the payment processor. You would follow the steps. You would click, log in. It'll take you through exactly what you need to do to plug in your Stripe to your account. Now I have a setup video, which you can watch, which goes into this, but that's how you would do it. And then to disconnect, you would click this right here, acknowledge, and then it will disconnect your Stripe so you can plug a different one in. So then we have API keys. So this is for if you're using stuff with the app marketplace and you're trying to plug in custom apps, you're going to need API keys to plug stuff in. And you can do that right in here. You can create new and you can add them in. You can kind of see which ones you have, and this will all be generated through here. So this is where you will see access to all that. So make sure that you look at this if you're confused at all, because this is where it's going to be all of your agency API keys, then location API key, which is your sub account. Then we have compliance. So this is anything with HIPAA, GDPR, any of these sort of like compliance acts, they'll be right in here. And this you have to pay for if you're doing stuff with medical. It's some sort of insurance thing. I don't use it, but you're going to need it if you're in that industry. And then GDPR compliance is stuff for Britain, the overseas people, which we actually need to have, which you can have in a privacy policy. But this is basically compliance to make sure that you are following the right standards. You do not need to have this if you're not in that industry, but for certain people, you will need to use it. This is where you will see all of your compliance stuff. Last but not least is the audit log. So this is awesome because what this is this is a complete list of every single action in GoHighLevel. Every sub account, every agency, you will see everything. See the menu links I just created, those are there. Ryan's Roofing, it shows everything, every single data point on anyone in your agency. So you know exactly who's doing what, where they're doing, if employees are being honest or lying to you. You basically see everything. You basically know what people are doing, when they're doing it, who's deleting what, because sometimes people go, I didn't delete the website. And then right here, it says that John deleted the website. That's where you'll see all of this is in audit logs. And this is over the entire account. Now, sub accounts have audit logs, but that's just for the sub account. This is for the entire GoHighLevel account. And you can search for stuff. You can select what users you want in here, what actions, what they've done, basic stuff, the timing. That way you can get it narrowed down. But this is great to make sure you have like a basic insurance policy to know who's doing what, and to make sure you have data on people if they say dumb stuff like, I didn't do that, or I did. You can look and be like, yeah, well, you did. I see it right there. Sometimes people are dishonest, but this is where you'll see that overarching view of GoHighLevel so you can know what everything does. So that's it in a nutshell. That is Agency View. If you want to learn high level even faster, I have a 30-day free trial link down below. If you sign up with that, you'll get access to all of my bonuses. That's over 4 live coaching calls per week you can attend completely for free. That's courses on high level AI, everything in the marketing space pretty much. You got snapshots in almost every vertical, AI prompts, sales scripts, community ask questions, and so much more. And all of this is free when you sign up with that link down below. Okay, whether you're a beginner, whether you're more advanced, this will help you a ton. And even if you just check out the link, you'll see some of the wins, testimonials, awards I've won and what we're doing in this group. And it's incredible. And I'm telling you, it is the group to be in 2025 and beyond. And it is so powerful. We have so many bonuses. So if that interests you and you do want to learn high level faster and grow your agency, go down below and click that link, sign up, or drop a comment down below and we'll answer. Back to the video. So before we go into the settings down here, I just want to make this really clear because this is very important. Settings on each sub account are basically the admin side of all of the things on here. It has those final things that basically complete everything on the main dashboard. And I get so many questions about custom values, how to configure emails, getting phone numbers, all these little things that make all of this work, tags, opportunities, everything. And if they just understood the settings, they would understand all of it. Please, again, pay really close attention because this video may not be the most exciting, but it will answer so many of your questions and just give you that much more in-depth knowledge of how the entire Go High Level Subaccount system works. So you'll just be like a master way faster. Trust me, like when I really dived into settings, it clicked way better. So you're going to come into your sub account and you're going to go right down to settings, okay? And we'll be brought to these right here. So I'm going to go through each one of these and what they do. So first up is business profile settings. And all this is main admin panel. And this is actually tied to custom values a lot of the time. So it's important to understand that these are where the default data / settings and IDs for your sub account goes. So the first thing in general information, you're gonna have your location ID. Anytime you use support and they wanna know where a sub account is, you're gonna need this. This is the exact code, okay? It's the ID that differentiates sub accounts. So it's unique to this account and they all have them. Then you can have a business logo and then a bunch of different business information. So legal business name, email, your branded domain, your website, your API key, in general information. And a lot of people don't have this filled out. I recommend you come through, you fill everything out, even put the exact name with your EIN, upload your logo. Trust me, it just makes everything that much cleaner. And you always just click update information when you're done. Then over here, you have your physical address. This should already be filled in when you signed up with High Level, but it will just be the address of your business. Trust me, when this is all filled out, it makes a bunch of the other stuff easy because it pre-populates. Then you have business information. Okay, so this is like legitimate legal side of things. So it'll be your EIN, okay, any sort of registration ID, industry. Again, super good if you are having stuff like A2B verification because this will help. So make sure you plug in all of that or your client stuff. Again, guys, it just makes such a big difference in the long run when you're trying to do stuff quickly. That authorized representative, this is going to be the user, the person that basically runs said sub account. Really important that you fill this out. Whoever it is, whether it be you, whether it be a VA, whether it be the business owner, fill this out with all their stuff and click update information. Then we have general. So this just has a couple different major settings across the entire sub account. Do. So you can allow duplicate opportunities, merge contacts, disable time zone, bot prevention, mark emails invalid due to hard bounce, which I recommend you check on if you are doing email marketing. These are just a couple things that you only can find here that have to do with other things out here. So it depends on what you're trying to do. Okay, this is where you would tick on those other settings. And then right down here, this will link to other parts of the sub account. So back in the day, boxes for SMS compliance right here to click. You had your voicemail box you could click, and you had missed call text back all here. They recently changed that, guys. This is 2025. It's different. They now have it just linking. If we click looking for call and voicemail settings, it's going to take us to the phone numbers section of Go High Level. See, it brought us right down to phone numbers, but it's not right here. We actually have to go to voicemail and missed call text back. So back in the day, it used to just be right in settings, but now we actually have to go another step. And then right in here, you can actually upload your voicemail. So you can have a default voicemail for this sub account. You would literally just click upload file and you upload said voicemail. You can pick your incalling timeout, how long you want it to basically go before it answer. And then here's where you can enable the missed call text back box. So again, guys, it's recently changed, but that's where you would click it and then you're good to go. That is where you will check these boxes that used to be there so you can get that little fine tuning. So now we're back in business profile. That's what happens when you click this. So as you see right here, we were just visiting this, but remember, we also had the missed call text back, and that was right below this under phone numbers. So again, I just want to make this clear. They moved that, but you just click that and follow the exact instructions I did to get to that. Then under phone numbers also is the SMS compliance, which is 2 boxes you can check, which I recommend you do, which will help, that are actually underneath phone numbers again. So if we click go to SMS compliance settings, they will pop up here as well. So we come right in phone numbers under advanced settings, and we're going to go all the way over to SMS compliance. And these 2 boxes you're going to want to have checked on. Okay. One is making sure that you have an opt out, and the other is making sure you are compliant by adding sender information. So you can check these on or off. I recommend you have them on. It's good compliance practice. You have to click into this and go to this to find these. They're not in the sub account anymore, but these are default settings on the sub account. So that's where these 3 boxes go. You just click them and you follow the exact instructions I have. Last but not least, we have basically allowing duplicate opportunities, which is just allowing in your pipelines to have 2 of the same opportunity. And you can toggle this on or you can toggle it off. You pick. But that is the business profile. And again, all this is it's the base general information for the entire sub account. Next, we're going to go to billing. This is actually really cool because this is where all of your financial transactions within a sub account are. So right in here, you'll see all the marketplace apps you have, and then you'll see the add-on. So we added WhatsApp onto the sub account. So you will see, okay, I'm paying $10 from this. You'll see you're paying for Yext or whatever you're using. It'll all pop up right here. So if you're ever wondering what you're paying for in a sub account, you always come down to billing. And then in payments, you will have your credit card information up here. So it's always there, any sort of billing information. And then you'll see all of the charges for this sub account. So handy if you're wondering, like, what am I paying? What's going in? What's going out? You can see it all within payments. And then in wallets and transactions, every sub account has a wallet, okay? And those wallets get deducted, okay, from this balance to pay for any sort of upselling thing. So AI features, email, SMS, all those little things. And this is where you will see every single little charge. So every text message that went out, every email, you'll basically just see all of that right in here. I mean, you can see right here in that conversation, it's showing you how much has been spent and how that all works. So this is pretty cool because you can dictate that. And then you can also dictate the auto recharge. So once your balance gets below, let's say $10, it'll recharge with 50 or 100. Now, again, that's a little bit too much, but you decide. And the cool thing about this, guys, is it gives you that little bit of flexibility to understand what's going on in your sub accounts. You're not just going, it's all put in neatly under subscriptions, payments, wallets, transactions. So you can see every single financial transaction going in and out of your sub account. Then we're going to move on to my staff. Okay, this is very, very important. So your staff are the users of a sub account. Okay, these are the people you give access to control. Yes, you get your sub account. And this can be a VA. This can be a business owner. It can be you. It can be your mom. It can be your dad. It can be your cat. They can't use it, but you get the idea. It can be anyone. You can give them access to either everything or some stuff. The first thing I want to show you is you can pick the user role just to see who's where right here. So to add these users, we're just going to click add user right here, and you're going to go through some info. So you're going to put in the name. So you're just going to put in your name or their name, whoever you're putting in. Declan@gmail.com. You put in your phone number. You can select people to add them to calendars. You can add basic signatures. You can add all this stuff into their account, even a profile photo I recommend you do, because then you can basically distinguish, okay, this is a VA, this is the business owner, and then you just click next. Now, in roles and permissions, for every single user, you can let them have access to certain things. And by doing that, you just leave these toggled on and check these boxes. Or if you don't want them getting access to these, you click off. So if you're wondering, all of the stuff you're giving access to is the sub account. So you could give them access to conversations or not. So we would come right down to conversations and we could literally toggle this off, and then they wouldn't get access to conversations. So you decide exactly what you want each one to get access to. Very handy, very powerful. This way you have complete control because you are the main admin of everything. And then right in here, you have user or admin. The only difference is admin has access to the contacts. A user doesn't, but you can toggle still on and off everything. So they're very similar. But you can go through, you can pick exactly what you want for this. Say, I want them to have this, this, that. and you decide exactly what features you want them to access to. And this can be really good because if you have somebody that comes in that is not tech friendly and you don't want them having access to your website or a bunch of stuff because they might mess it up. So then once you see everything that's good and you say, I want them to have access to everything, you then click save. And then you can scroll right down here and you can plug in their voicemail settings. You can upload their own personal voicemail. You then have a user availability. So this is what hours do they work? When are they available? Again, you pick exactly what day, what time, and then what time they end. That way, they would be only available through calendars on this specific time. Because what happens is with calendars, it will pull this information based on the users of the people taking the calls. So this is how you configure that on every single person in your sub account. Then you have calendar configuration, Google Calendar, Outlook, or whatever you're using for your calendar system in here. And then you can add in Zoom or Google Meet or whatever you use right through here. Then we have notification settings. So this is just turning on notifications for this user. And you just go through exactly what you want. You click on or off. And when you're done, you click save. It's as simple as that and you're good to go. So all of these features are just for users. It just enables you to have a little more flexibility over the people you allow in your sub account. And what you can also do, which is when someone first signs up with you, you can come right into Launchpad and come right down here and click add. And what this will do is you can just plug in an email address, click send invite, and it's going to send them access in a user form so they can immediately get signed up if you don't want to add it manually. But this is just how you would do it manually. And once you have all your users here, you can toggle between admin and user. You can click edit to re-edit each account, or you can click delete and it will get rid of them from the location. But this way you have access and full functionality of your team, your employees, whatever. This is where you're at it right through my staff. So now we have opportunities and pipelines. So really all this is a couple basic settings on opportunities within your account. So if we come right in here, you have a couple of things. So we can turn this off entirely, which is allow different owners of contacts and their opportunities, or you can turn it on. And then right in here, you have two options. You can automatically make opportunity owner a follower of a contact. So that's basically allowing an opportunity to connect to a contact, or automatically make a contact owner follow an opportunity, which is the inverse of that. And you can just select these on or off. Then you click save changes and you're done. You can do the exact same thing right here. This is just a little more functionality over your pipelines. Remember what I said before, guys? Down in settings, it's just these little things that tweak much bigger things up on the sub account level. This is where you'd access it. Then we go to automation. These are just the global workflow settings. In here, the first thing you see is unlock the workflow pro plan. You are using premium actions and triggers, which is just part of automations, which is usually if you're using third parties to add in, you can buy it right here. Then we have notifications. Okay, so this is turning on notifications via pipelines for said users. So you select the exact user you want, you click them, and then you click save. And then right down here, you have pause workflow. So temporarily pause selected workflows, putting them in draft state during a specific period. So you can select an exact time and the exact workflow, and then click save or add a date annually, and it will just pause them and you're good to go. So this is just simple things on automations to add, but a lot of this can be done through the automations as well. This is where you would access all of this information. So it's just good to know exactly what this tab does. Now we have calendars. When you create calendars, you actually do it in settings. You don't do it in calendars. Calendars is just where you see your appointments, your calendar, and basic stuff like that. And it's all through these two tabs. To create calendars like this and group service menus, rooms, etc., and creating the calendar itself, you actually have to come and click calendar settings. And look what happens. It takes us all the way down to calendars. So there's nothing else like this in your GoHighLevel account. So this is the one odd one where it's actually all in settings. And to get to it, you can just come right into calendars and click calendar settings. And that's where you're at. And a lot of people get really confused because they're like, I went to calendars and I didn't see where to build a calendar. It's because it's actually in settings. So it's a little bit different. So just to let you know, I have a full video dedicated to creating calendars for every niche on another video on my channel called Calendars Tutorial. So please go watch that because I'm just showing you how to access it. Okay. But that video, it's full on my channel. Please go check it out. It's amazing. But that's where you will do everything with calendars and actually learn how to do this. Then we go down to conversation AI. This is where you build AI chatbots. Again, full video on this on my channel. I'm not going to be going in depth in this video because I'm just showing you where it is. This used to only be available in settings, but actually, if you come to your sub account, you can go to AI agents and it is the exact same thing. Ready? We click Conversation AI. It's just now active right through here because it's a very popular feature, but that's where you would find it. So you don't really need to come into settings in order to do this. You can just come right into AI agents, click it, and you're good to go on your main sub account. And again, I have a full video on my channel going so in depth. It's probably the best video on GoHighLevel AI chatbots available on YouTube. So please go check it out. But this is where you'd access it. Same with AI voice agents. If you come right in here and we click voice AI, it is the exact same thing. One is up here through AI agents, the other is right down here, and then you're good to go. So it's very, very simple. It's very straightforward. Again, guys, if you want to learn how to create AI chatbots or AI voice agents, I have full videos on my channel going in depth over this. I highly recommend you go watch those because it will explain in depth how you do this. This video is just settings. I'm just showing you what each of these does so it makes sense. Also, if you are interested in learning more about GoHighLevel and AI and really how to sell this, I have an exclusive 30-day free trial link where you'll get access to me. You get access to snapshots in almost every niche, plus an awesome agency snapshot, live calls every single week, trainings on how to sell high level, trainings on how to master high level, private community, the whole 9 yards by signing up using that free trial link and using high level. If you're using high level, you also get access to me. It's a no-brainer. And this works because high level is paying me to do this. So you don't have to pay me. You're getting it for free, but high level is taken care of because they want me to help you use the software so you can make money with the software. That's why I recommend you check it out because I can help you and actually show you how to use this, but also how to make money with it, because that's really why a lot of people get into high level. It's to make their business better or grow it or streamline and automate it. So please, if you are interested in GoHighLevel, go down below and check out that 30-day free trial link. Now we're going to move on to email services. That will be in your sub account under marketing, under emails. That's where you'll be sending out campaigns and in contacts. That's where you do the actual sending of the email. This is configuring, okay, what provider you're using and what dedicated domain you're using. So you can either use Mailgun or you can use Lead Connector. I recommend use Lead Connector. Dedicated domain and IP, and you can add a dedicated domain and IP to this account. So your email campaigns, whether that be cold email or warm email, don't land in spam. They land in inbox. And I have a full video on this subject because it's so in depth. So please check it out on my channel because it's an email marketing masterclass. But just know in your settings, this is where you set that up. Okay. And then in here, you have all of the basic settings for emails in general across GoHighLevel. So, you know, where it's forwarding addresses, from addresses, blind carbon copy, all your email analytics, anything requiring email verification, more analytics, Postmaster tools, which is even more in-depth analytics, and so on and so forth. And that's what the email services does in your Subaccount settings. It determines the core email and the settings on the email that you send in your account, okay, from marketing and contacts. So it's not how you send emails, it's configuring it so you're sending emails the right way. So definitely check that out because it's very important. Then we have phone numbers. Okay? So this is where you will buy phone numbers inside of GoHighLevel. And to add a phone number, you come right in here, you click add phone number, you pick exactly which one you want, or you can come right into filter and you can click whether it be local or toll free. You can pick first part or last part so you can get an area code in there. Then you select exactly what you want, you apply, and then you just click proceed to buy. Once you click it, costs $1 or $2, whatever, and then you're done. In phone numbers, this is where you'll see all of the usage based on the sub account, your trust center where you get A2P verified, messaging analytics. These are all the analytics on your text messages. Then advanced settings, which we went to earlier in the video, which will have all of the smaller stuff configuring your phone number on this sub account. This is very important if you are sending text message blasts. The settings will be configured in here, not up there. It's down in settings. That's where you do all the little stuff like compliance, number intelligence, all the little tweaks that will make everything perform better. That is found in the settings under phone numbers. And again, I have full videos on SMS marketing. If you want to learn how to send SMS the right way, get in people's inbox, get clients with SMS, create automations using SMS, that's on my channel. So please check that out. But just know that phone numbers is where you'll buy the phone number and configure said settings so you can come back up here into contacts and launch your text message blasts the right way. Then we have WhatsApp. So this is where you will manage all of your WhatsApp numbers. And to add WhatsApp numbers, you just click add number and follow said steps. This is where you'll configure it in GoHighLevel. If you want, this is where you will do it. You'll come in here and you follow along and then you get verified, you create your number, and then you can basically start sending WhatsApp messages in contacts. You can even send WhatsApp blasts. It's a great way to get clients. It's great for overseas people. It's relatively cheap. This is where you will manage everything WhatsApp related in your sub accounts. Just in case your WhatsApp dashboard doesn't look like this and it looks like this just means you have to buy what on your sub account, whether you want someone's white label or your own, and you have to buy it so you can get access to this. this, because remember, that is a paid service to connect to chatbots and all that stuff high level. I think it's $10 or whatever. You can find how much it costs on the back end. But if it doesn't look at it, you'll just put in your credit card and get it. And then you'll have this exact same dashboard so that you can get started. That's WhatsApp in a nutshell. It'll be all found in the settings through here to configure everything. Then we have custom objects. So this is some really advanced stuff. I have a full video on this, so please check out my channel because it goes a little more in depth on this. But basically what custom objects are is it's creating associations between objects in GoHighLevel. So one contact could have a lawnmower, a house, a car, and that one contact could be linked to a bunch of different stuff. This is great for real estate, dentists, things that require people and inventory being connected to said things. So like you have one person that owned a car, say it's a dealership, right, and then someone else bought that said car. But there's two different people connected to that car that we have a record of everything and you have inventory. It's basically inventory on steroids. I have a full video on my channel, watch that. It's actually one of the biggest things coming out with GoHighLevel, and it's actually going to make them compete with HubSpot, I believe, and a lot of these bigger CRMs because it is one of the missing links that they have not had for a while, which will be amazing for real estate. It'll be amazing for any sort of car dealership and any big inventory businesses. But again, full video on that to check it out. Okay, now we have custom fields. So all a custom field is a field in GoHighLevel that is custom, which means it is something you make up. So for example, if we come to a form, this is a regular field, first name, regular field. Now a custom field, on the other hand, is a field you make up that you can add to forms, websites, email marketing campaigns, whatever you want to create. So if you come in here and you're like creating a form for a competition, you could have first name, last name, and then you could add a custom field, which would be favorite Pokemon card or whatever. That way you have extra flexibility over everything because every business is different. It's not just going to be first name, last name, email address. There's going to be other fields involved. It may be favorite car. It may be EIN number, whatever. Custom fields gives you that ability to create any sort of field. So there's full customization here. And to add these, you just click add field. You pick how you want it. So multi-line, number, whatever, which you can do single line. We're going to put that. We're going to click next. And then you're going to pick what you want to be called. So we're going to do current car. Okay, this is just completely random. Then you can pick if it's connected to an object, a group, whatever you want. Okay, this could be current car because remember this right here, what I'm looking at is these things right here. It's the fields in there. So then you can click save. And now you have said custom field right down here, which is current card. And you can add this anywhere you want. So let's refresh this and let's add this in. We're going to come right into custom fields. Okay. And we are going to find under contact and look at that current car. We can just drop that in. Now they can put their current car in there and we can configure anything else you want. And this is important because it just gives you that much more flexibility to create anything for any business. That way you have every single data field. Because remember, AI and all this stuff is going to be working off data fields. It doesn't just magically know stuff and pull from the ether. It pulled from somewhere. So with this, it will know exactly where it's coming from. That way you have full functionality, everything. Now we have custom values, which is awesome. This is one of the best parts about GoHighLevel. A lot of other CRMs don't do this. I do have full videos on custom fields and custom values on my channel if you want to go more in depth, but I'm just going to give you a quick teaser here because it's so important. And by the way, this is where you're going to be adding all of your custom values to your account. Custom values are placeholders that can be changed across the entire sub account. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So custom fields are awesome on websites, but you can also use them on forms, funnels, email marketing campaigns, your entire sub account. I mean, literally anything you can think of across all of this can be a custom value because what this is the placeholder that changes anytime you edit that to save you a ton of time. So I want to show you something really, really interesting. Okay. So what we're going to do is put in a picture custom field. That way I can just show you how awesome this is. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right here. We're going to click this right here and we're going to do get link. Okay, it's going to be my amazing face. Then we're going to come back to custom fields. We're going to click add new custom value. We're going to do Declan's face. This is just an example to show you the power. Enter value. You're going to paste the value of things. So like you said, I copied the link. If it's a calendar, you calendar the copy link. If it's an image, you copy that. If it's a word, you copy that. If it's a phone number, you copy that. It's the value. Then you click create. Now what GoHighLevel does on the other hand is they create the custom value for you, which is this right here. So this right in here is now that picture of my face. These little words, and wherever I put that, it will pop. So I could have this in an email template. I could have this on a form. I could have this across GoHighLevel. And when I change this, it then will change across the board. This is how HighLevel saves people so much time in Snapshots is they just rig it and light it up with custom values. So you can just come right in here and change this and it works. So we're going to copy this right here. Okay. We're going to come right to this website and we're just going to add a couple things in. We're going to put this image right here. And in this image, what we're going to do is we're going to put the custom field. We're going to click this and we're going to put this image in right here. And we're just going to put custom field right in there. So once we have these, we're now going to save it. And then we're going to view this page to show you what I'm talking about, because this is really interesting. Boom, my face twice. And if we come back here, okay, I don't know why it's a broken image, but it's this custom value and we have it twice there. Remember, you can do this across the board. I can now change this without having to go on the website and change this in 2 different places. I can come right back in. I can click this right here, which will be edit custom value, and I can change said value. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to change it to a t-shirt. So we're going to get link. We're going to come right in here and we're going to click paste, and then we're going to click update. And now this is going to update the custom value wherever I put it. So now that we have this, we're going to go back and check out the website. Boom, look at that. It's now changed by just having that text. Imagine if this was phone numbers, if this was email addresses, if this was images across the website, across the marketing materials, across all of your GoHighLevel sub account, you could come right in here. And as opposed to you having to go across all of GoHighLevel, changing this, changing that, you could just change all of the values out. And then your entire account is changed to match your business. You change it and then it's changed across the board. Do you see how much simpler and easier this is than anything else? It makes things so simple, especially for your clients. Because if you have a logo and say your client gets a logo change, you don't have to go across the website, across social media, across the forums, across the documents, across the contracts, across everything. You can just come right in here and click change value. And it does it for you across the entire sub account. It doesn't get any easier than that. So that is what custom values are, and they're incredibly important. Again, on custom fields and custom values, I have a full video on my channel if you want to go even more in depth, but they are just so powerful. And this is where you access them in GoHighLevel. Now we have managed scoring. This is an incredibly powerful part of GoHighLevel that is also underutilized, which is used for sales campaigns. The way this works is it keeps tabs, okay, an engagement score on each action that happens or each contact. So that way, let's say if you have the guy opens an email, he confirms an appointment, he gets a tag, he likes your post on social media, it gives him 50 points. Once 50 points hits, it then will send him an email. You can do all kinds of stuff with this, but let me just show you a little bit of this. So we can click draft to publish. Let's add a new rule. If action is, let's do payment received. He sends you a payment, okay? You can do source and you can do is, and we can do invoice. We can add 15 points, okay? Save. Now, the whole point of this is creating a point system on contacts. So say if you have a big sales business, there's people coming in over here, over there, you create a point system, an engagement score to know where people are at in the sales process. So again, if they click your link, 5 points. If they book an appointment, 8 points, whatever you want. Then it tallies up. Then you can use these scores to trigger automations and chatbots to start working. So once you have this, we go, okay, I like this. This looks cool. We then can hop on over automations and add this in. So when anytime someone hits the right score, which means that contact is up, think about it like you're warming up a lead, it then will trigger. Let me show you. So we come right into automations and we click engagement score. Do score greater than, and then we will do 75 and we'll click save trigger. Anytime someone gets a score over 75, we then could have it send SMS, send email, send internal notification, send a review request, whatever you want. You then can add that in, which is really, really cool because it just gives you that much more flexibility on your sales process. Are they a good lead? Are they a bad lead? Are they a person that accidentally clicked this? This right here, engagement scoring under managed scoring in your settings is how you figure this out. Okay, now we move on to domains. By the way, if any of this is not making sense, please, please, please drop a comment down below or message me free on Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram, and I'll answer. I'll help you out, okay, for free. Domains, this is where you add domains into GoHighLevel. So you have 2 options. And one, you can purchase a domain in GoHighLevel. So you search what you want. So we'll do Declan is the greatest.com. You type it. You see if you like it, and then if it's there, you buy it. So look at this, declansthegreatest.com. I have all this. Then you can buy it, and then you're good to go. So this is how you buy domains in GoHighLevel, which I actually highly recommend you do. It's way better now that they have this all in-house, but that's how you will buy a domain and put it in HighLevel. Then you can connect your domain. So whether it be for a funnel, client portal, brand domain, whatever you want, you just click connect and you follow said steps. You will put in your domain and then it'll pull it in. So if it's GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Squarespace, Wix, wherever your domain is hosted, it will then take you through some settings of bringing that in. It'll be different for all of them, but if you are going to get a domain outside of GoHighLevel, use GoDaddy. It is the best. They have the best support and it is the easiest and most compatible with GoHighLevel. So please use that because it will help you tremendously. But that is domains and that is how you access them and that is how you edit them. So I went to another Subaccount just to show you what it looks like when you actually have a domain here. It'll look just like this. And you can click manage. And this is where you can do all of your DNS records, subdomains, whatever you want. It'll be all right through here. And you just click this, you edit, you get what you want. And it's very, very simple. Now we move on to URL redirect. So all your redirect is when someone types in www.declanisawesome.com, it then quickly routes them to another URL. Very simple, very straightforward. You pick the exact domain you want to use, your path, how you want to redirect. I have full videos on my channel, and then your target URL. And all this is going to do is it's going to take one URL and immediately send it to another URL. Very simply, very straightforward. And this can be great if you don't want people going to a site or you have an old website or another domain. Say you have davidsplumbingandsons.com and then you have davidsplumbing.com, but you're only using one for a website. You could use that other domain and just route it straight back here. Actually, this is what a lot of people do. It's kind of a sneaky SEO strategy. When you get a bunch of domains that are similar to one business and then you just use redirects, sending them all back to one primary domain. So you just hook all of the traffic. So that is a primary thing that URL redirects are for. It's very simple. You just click add a redirect. You pick the domain, you pick the exact path, the redirect type, and then you put in where you want it to go, and then you have a redirect. Now we move on to integrations. So this is just adding any sort of third party into GoHighLevel, okay? Google Calendar, social media, QuickBooks, Wave, any of this stuff, Shopify. You just click connect and you follow the instructions. That way you can plug in your third parties in here. I see so many issues with this thing because people are in the main sub account. It's because it's right in integrations, and that's how you add it. You also have all kinds of stuff with Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok ads in here for field mapping and a bunch of other stuff. So integrations is where you're going to go to connect any other service into GoHighLevel. Then we have private integrations. This is for developers trying to add like customized stuff in here. It's a little different. This is more in depth, but if you are a developer or a coder and you want to add really in-depth things into GoHighLevel, this is where you do it, under private integrations, under settings. Then we have conversational providers. So this is where you'll see all of the providers for SMS or email gateway. So special like added on features that aren't in here. So for SMS and email, they would be in here in conversational providers. Tags, very important. This is where all of your tags on GoHighLevel will be. If you don't know what a tag is, it is a way to differentiate contacts by tagging them. So it could be hot lead, cold lead, happy leads. And that way, wherever you are in GoHighLevel, we can go into contacts, we can go anywhere. You can add tags to people. Tags are incredibly important. It is a way to tag leads and differentiate them. And it can be whatever you want it to be, but these separate people and make sure you're labeling people correctly. So like hot lead, Google review given, it just gives the database a little more functionality to pick what's what. So it makes sense. So I want to show you how this works. So we click new tag. Let's just do sold lead. So once we click create, what we can do is we can then add this to any contacts or in automations so that from now on, anytime someone is sold, they have this lead put on. We can click this contact right here, and then we can click add tags, and then we can click the exact tag we want. So once we have your tag, we can add them to any contact. We just click add tags. Okay, we'll just do test, and then we can pick, okay, let's do the one we just created. And then once we click add tags, you'll see, look at that. You now see him tagged with sold leads. So in case you're still not sold on tags, they're used for pretty much everything in GoHighLevel as far as distincting contacts. So like for your sales process, for automations, it's a way to segment people based on actions they create. It's kind of like managed scoring, but combining those, you get all the data points you need on any contact. That way, when you do this, you'll properly be segmenting people. If you have people that are sold and you don't tag them and you continue to message them the same thing in an automation that goes buy, 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 they already sold, it's just going to annoy them. But if you can tag them with sold, it will remove them from the workflow and then customize it like that. And then everyone is happy. So that is tags. And again, you can create as many as you want by clicking this and following that exact process. Then we have labs. Super underutilized. I swear so many people have no idea this exists. I'll bring this up with people and they're like, what's labs? And they just don't know. So labs is a way for you to test new features inside of GoHighLevel. It's awesome. And all you have to do is find exactly what you want and click enable. And it will then enable this feature in your sub account. This is beta features that have not yet been released. This is how you test the newest and coolest things in GoHighLevel. It's right in here. And oftentimes they will release stuff like 2 months before, enabling in 129 days. Guess what? You can test it in the meantime and you can play with it. How awesome is that? Like, so awesome. And you can just turn it on, and that way you get access to these features that aren't yet out. So a big one right now is appointment booking for AI voice bot. You can literally turn this on and start booking appointments with the AI voice agent. This was not like this forever for AI voice agents. And you can enable this before it goes live in 20 days. And people are like, it can't book calls. Like, it's been able to do this for a while if you knew what labs were. So labs, again, is just a way where you can preview and try GoHighLevel's newest and greatest inventions. And I'm telling you, oftentimes it keeps you ahead of the curve, because stuff like this, 121 days, it takes a long time for some of this stuff to release, but you can have it months before. Now we go into audit logs. So cool. This is where you will see every single action that is done in a sub account. Audit logs are incredibly important for seeing what got done and what didn't get done. That way you can check on your employees, your VAs, you're making sure people are doing their work, because it will show you every single thing that's happened. And what's funny about this is it'll also show you who did what if someone messed something up. So people are like, I didn't delete the website. It'll literally say that the user deleted the website. That way you have complete surveillance of your sub account. So you can see every single movement that has happened in your sub account. So very important, very, very cool. It's just a great way to see everything that's done, hence why it's called audit logs. Then we have brand boards. Okay, so this Ollie brand board is a pre-built out brand board with colors, logos that you can apply to email templates. You can apply to websites and whatnot. So we'll click Add Design Kit. You can pick exactly how you want this to look. We'll do the Earth one. We'll click Continue. And then right in here, you pick your logo, you pick your business colors, whatever you want. You click Set. And what this then allows you to do is anytime you're on a website, you can click Brand Colors, and it will just put these brand colors across your website. This can be incredibly useful if you are constantly trying to make stuff look like your brand with your special color, your special logo, your special font that you use. This is where you'll add that. And then you have brand voice, which is pretty cool, which is just your tone and message and whatnot. But these things will just make it a lot easier for you to quickly edit stuff if you want everything matching your brand. So please, if you're interested, go check out that video because it goes way more in depth. So last but not least, we have companies. And watch this. When we click companies, it goes right up to custom objects, okay? I highly recommend you go watch that custom objects video because it's really important, because it goes really in depth on this. But companies are just a way to add businesses within your sub account in contact. So like you're working with Jerry's Plumber, David's Plumber, and Bill's Plumber. All of those people can be companies underneath a business. That way you can then create, this company is in control of Jerry. You basically can decide where you want that to go. And that's all companies is just adding it in like that. And your features are like that. So I really recommend you watch the custom objects video because it goes over associations with objects. It's way more in depth. I'm not going to put that in here, but just know that's where you would add the companies, even though it goes right back up to there. So that's really the settings in a nutshell. It's where you access the fine-tuned stuff. Please, if you have any questions on any of this, please drop a comment down below. I really am telling you from the bottom of my heart, you need to go through this and you need to learn. So you need to watch this video 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times if you have to. This will make everything come together because it's these little settings and these little tweaks that you can make in here that make the entire sub account work that much better. All right, now we are on part 4's action steps. So pause the video and please do these, guys. This makes you better. And I know it's your favorite part. I know you love doing the work and the homework, but please pause the video and actually do this. Number 1, I need you to create a sub account for a test client. So go through the process, create the sub account. Number 2, load a snapshot successfully into said sub account that you just created. So very simply, you can go and plug that in. You can use one of HighLevel's. Doesn't matter. Just want to go through the process. Number 3, delete the sub account to practice managing sub account data. So go through the process, build it up, and then delete it. If you're a more advanced person, you can do this with a client. For a beginner, please do this. A lot of you guys struggle to onboard people. Once you go through this basic kind of setup, you can understand more about onboarding, SaaS Configurator, which on the $497 plan, you can basically automate this entire process. So from there, you can easily just create these sub accounts and then be done, which is like really big. And that's something you really want to focus on because when you get big, I'm telling you, past 10K a month, 15, 20, 30 grand a month, a lot of this gets tricky. Doing this kind of stuff is like, oh, whatever, it doesn't seem important. But like having an understanding of agency view and sub accounts and your settings dialed in is what's going to help you scale fast. And a lot of people I talk to, and even, higher up people, they don't have a lot of this dialed in, and it's leaky process, and their onboarding kind of sucks, and they have people kind of going back and forth. But this is really going to help you with that. And then if you're a complete beginner, going towards that thing. So make sure you pause the video and you do all of these, because it's very, very important. And once you're done, as always, drop a comment down below. You can drop the word Subaccounts, or you can just drop the word I hated this, or I love this, whatever you want. But I just want to know, your feedback, that you actually did it, that you completed it. And remember, as I've said before, I give away a lot of bonuses, and I'm going to give them to the people that take action, not just to randoms. Thank you for watching. Make sure you've completed the action steps. And if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Also, if you are interested in mastering high level even faster, check out that 30-day free trial link down below. Okay, now what's going to happen is a video is going to pop at the end of the screen that's going to go in depth into part 5 of this series, which is automations. This is the thing that ties everything together and saves you time. So please make sure you watch that. And if you haven't seen any of the other parts, make sure you go back on my channel. We have them in a playlist. Watch them, okay? Because this is going to help you master high level very quickly and very efficiently. Because I've spent so many years doing this. As you see, I've won all these awards. I'm a gold SaaSpreneur. I actually just won it again. So I'm a 2-time gold SaaSpreneur and won a lot of AI awards. So I understand how this stuff works, and more importantly, how to learn it fast while being stress-free for the most part. So make sure you go back and you watch those, and you watch the video that pops up at the end of the screen, because it's going to be the last part in this amazing series, which is automations. Make sure you watch the video that pops up at the end of the screen.